In these permissive days, marriage as an institution is coming more and more under attack. Many couples seem to feel that they can dispense with the formalities of a church or registry office wedding. I'm here to take a random sample of public opinion on the subject of marriage. Excuse me, Vicar.
Oh, hello.
May I ask you, sir, as a man of the cloth, how much value do you put on a marriage these days?
Including the organist? Or about 15 quid?
Excuse me, madam.
Miss.
Oh, then you're obviously not married.
No.
Have you ever considered the possibility?
Oh, yes, I was engaged to a lovely man once. We were going to elope. You know, out the bedroom window in the middle of the night. It was all so romantic. But it all went wrong. Yes, I ended up in hospital.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
I sprained my back carrying him down the ladder. Are you married?
Well...
oh, good.
Well,
I'm looking for a living
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, hello there.
Hello, sir. Tell me, what do you feel about marriage?
Oh, I think it's a marvellous thing. As a matter of fact, you know, I'm celebrating my 21st wedding anniversary today.
Congratulations.
That's right. 21 years of perfect bliss. And it's all due to the wife.
Oh, that's very nice to hear.
21 years ago today, she ran off with me best friend.
Oh, hello, Honky Tonk. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Nice to see.
What is your opinion, sir, of the state of marriage?
Oh, I think it's absolutely marvellous. I mean, what could be better than sitting in front of your own fireside, watching television to the click of knitting needles? That's for me.
So enthusiastic. What's stopping you?
Well, I'm just waiting for Mr. Wright to come along. Not at all. See you.
Well, that'll give them something to think about on their honeymoon, won't it?
Are you married yourself, sir?
No, I'm not. And according to all the motorists I knock off, neither were my mother and father. Hello, son. How you going? All right?
Excuse me, can you tell me, are you married, sir?
No, mate. I'd sooner have the bike.
Well, it's not the same as having a little wife, surely.
Listen, mate, you show me a bird, I could ride up the M1 at over a ton and I'll think about
it. Now, here's a charming young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me, miss. May I ask you, are you married?
No, but I'm going to be next week.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. I found out that my fiancé is going to buy me a surprise present, and I'm on my way to buy him one.
An exchange of gifts? How charming. And will you show him yours before the wedding? Or will you let him have it on the honeymoon?
You are awful. But I like you. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Excuse me asking, but are you waiting for somebody?
Well, I'm not here to flog me pineapple, love.
Oh, well, you are from the Last Chance Marriage Bureau, then, like me.
That's right, yes.
It's my first time. Is it yours?
Well, let's put it this way. You know you pay £10 for the first introduction, then after that it reduces.
Yes.
Well, I'm getting this one for a stamped addressed envelope.
I say, do they always arrange for you to meet the fellas here, under the clock with the lilies and the pineapple?
No, sometimes it's geraniums and a bunch of bananas.
I suppose that's so's we're easily recognised.
Yes. Mind you, they make a nasty mistake sometimes.
Do they?
Oh, yes. Do you know, one time they told me to wear a blue and white hat and a blue and white scarf.
Oh.
And I was standing here under the clock.
Yeah.
And a bunch of big fellas come along.
Oh, dear.
I finished up in Cardiff playing wing 3/4 for Guy's Hospital.
Oh, that must have been awful.
Oh, I don't know. We all had a lot of fun in the scrum.
I say, what sort of gentlemen do you meet?
Oh, all sorts.
Well, I only hope mine turns out to be Mr. Wright.
Oh, don't talk about it. I had one once,
Did
you know.
you?
Oh, he was lovely. Just like Paul Newman.
Oh, I say.
Yes, he came towards me and he squeezed my hand and the juice ran all over me.
Pardon?
I had grapes in my hand at the time.
Oh,
He
see.
was lovely. He said to me, darling, I've been waiting for you all my life.
How romantic.
Then he said, the world belongs to us. Where would you like to go for your honeymoon? And before I could say Ramsgate, it happened.
What happened?
The big hand fell off the clock and pinned him to the platform.
Oh, how dreadful.
He looked just like Custer's last stand. Bloody cheap.
I say, do you know how that bureau sorts out who we should meet?
Oh, it's very scientific.
Is
They've
it?
got their own computer, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they feed your photo and vital statistics into one end, and out the other end comes a picture of Loverboy.
Oh, who did you get?
Nijinsky.
Famous ballet dancer?
No, the famous racehorse.
You never.
Oh, well, I didn't follow it up. I mean, he'd have been impossible to live with after he won the Derby.
Oh, dear. Mine's a bit late.
Yes.
Is yours?
Yes, about 35 years.
I've been thinking, wouldn't it be funny if my fella turned out to be one of your old ones?
Oh, yes. And if he was, I could mark your card for you, couldn't I? Mind you, hold that a minute, I've been so heavy. There is one you want to watch out for.
Oh, what's he look like?
Well, he's tall, dark, piercing eyes, wears a top hat and an opera cloak.
He sounds exciting.
Oh, you wait till I tell you.
Yeah.
So he comes rushing in here, grabs hold of my hand, rushes me outside to this huge Rolls-Royce with an inscrutable Chinese chauffeur.
Oh, what?
A little dwarf scuttles around and opens the door for us, and we get in, and he flings a mink rug over our knees.
Where did you go?
I'll never know to this day. We drove all through the night for hours. He never uttered a word.
No.
Then we arrived at this castle, you know, huge castle. It's huge, and we go through the gates up the drive to this big front door. That was huge and all, and it had iron studs, you know, and it was opened by this Nubian slave. Stripped to the waist he was. His torso covered in oil. Well, anyway, we go down the passage, you know, and we go down this long passage to this big room.
Yes.
And on the floor is covered with zodiac signs all over the floor, and these black velvet curtains up on the wall, you know. Anyway, he speaks to me for the first time.
Wait here.
He was foreign.
Wait here, he said, while I go and get into something loose.
And then he left me.
Oh, I'm shivering.
Yes, well, while he was gone, I had a quick look behind the black velvet curtains, and the sight that met my eyes.
What? Whatever did you see?
Things.
Oh. What kind of things?
I don't like to say.
Oh, go on.
No.
Please, tell. Go on, go on.
Whips.
Oh!
And knives. And thumbscrews.
Oh.
And spurs. You know, things.
You must have been petrified.
Petrified. I nearly passed out. Then he come back in this long dressing gown with a red dragon on the back, smoking a cigarette and a long holder. And he walked towards me and pinned me up against the chaise lounge.
No.
I said, what are you going to do to me now?
I said, I'm going to make love to you.
And I went, thank God for that,
What an awful experience.
Oh, terrible experience.
I only hope that mine don't turn out like that.
What's his name, love? I might know him.
Got it here on this card. There we are. Cooper.
Well, that's my name, love. Yeah, your name's not Peabody, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that flaming computer! It's done it again! We're meeting each other.
No, well, what are we going to do?
I know, let's go and buy a tin of custard powder and go home and eat that pineapple. Come on.
Congratulations!
Wouldn't mind waiting here. We've had a couple of late weddings, but the registrar won't keep you long.
What's that? Come to register a birth, have you?
No, we haven't. We come to get married.
Oh, some of them do both things at the same time, you know. We had a couple in here this morning, took their midwife in as a witness. They hadn't got a wedding car, they had an ambulance. They held a reception down at Queen Charlotte's. Oh, come on. Well, I'm only joking. Blimey, some people. Where are you going for your honeymoon, then?
They're going to Skegness. The air's very bracing there.
He doesn't look as if he's got the strength to suck any in, does he?
I wish they'd hurry up.
Hello. Getting cold feet, are ya? Well, if you're going to change your mind, mate, now's the time to do it. If there's a green line comes past here in a couple of minutes' time, you could be an itching by midday.
You mind your own business.
I know what I'm talking about, love. I've been married for 25 years.
What's it like?
Well, it's like living with a Friday night horror 7 days a week. Mind you, I went off the wife the moment I saw her cleaning her teeth.
Why?
She had them in the washing machine. With her wig. No, I'm only joking. We haven't got a washing machine. She takes them down the laundrette. When you look inside that little round hole, it looks like somebody hollering for help.
The registrar's ready for you now.
Oh, well, good luck, mate. So long. Oh, blimey, look at that. All over your nice new shoes. Ah, never mind. There could be worse things than marriage, you know. The train robber's got 30 years. Ta-da, love.
You're taking a long time over those windows, aren't you?
Well, they come in here to chat me up all the time, don't they? God's sake, what's the matter with you? Whoa!
Hello, Bert.
How are you, mate? What are you doing here?
Well, you'll hardly credit it, but I'm here to get married. And this is my intended.
Your intended what?
She's going to be my little woman.
Little woman, what are you going to do? Saw her off at the knees?
Don't be like that, Bert. Say hello to Roma.
Did you say Roma or Rover? Hello, love, how you going? All right? Oh, she's strong, isn't she? Here, come in a minute. Here. You've been very quiet about this, haven't you? You never mentioned this down to Boozer.
Well, we thought we'd keep it a secret.
Well, you can't. How can you keep her a secret? It's like trying to hide the post office tower, isn't it? Here, you haven't been drinking, have you?
No.
How's your eyesight?
Perfect.
All right, then I know. She's loaded, isn't she? She's got to be. She's an heiress.
No, she isn't. She's my landlady's daughter.
Here, you haven't got to get married, have you?
What do you mean, Bert?
Well, I mean, you haven't gone past the post before coming under starter's orders.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is she in the club?
Yes, that's where I first met her.
Not the Constitutional Club. God blimey, she won't have to worry about you and the birds, will she? You haven't got the bees sorted out yet.
Hey, Bert.
What?
You've been married a long time.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice as to how I should treat her?
With creosote.
Where is she? Where's my little girl? Now listen to me, Roma. You better pop off home. And as for you, you dirty little bedroom creeper, you ain't having her. Throwing herself away on you, I'm saving her for better things.
What are you going to do? Get her to join the Harlem Globetrotters?
You can shut your dirty great cake hole.
Ah, there's a lady for you, eh? There's real class.
And when you get back, you'll find your bags outside on the pavement. Come on, Roma.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Bert, what can I do now?
Cop hold of this sponge, mate, and give us a hand with the windows. Go on.
Hey, sweet, what about a kiss for luck? All right, now.
And may I say say at this point that, in my opinion, you have come to a most sensible arrangement, and one that I'd recommend to all newly married couples. Now, just to recap. Mutual wills in favour of each other, plus a £50,000 life policy, payable on the demise either of you, sir, or of your good lady wife.
Yes, well, I must make sure the old girl's all right in case I do pop off. You know, death duties and all that sort of thing.
Oh, Roger, I wish you wouldn't talk like that. You know it upsets me.
Well, we've all got to go sometime, darling, and I only hope that I kick the bucket first. I mean, after all, £50,000 would hardly compensate for losing you, my love.
Or you, my darling.
Well, I sincerely hope there'll be no need to execute this document for many, many years to come.
Oh, no fear of that. Barring accidents, of course.
Oh, don't, darling.
When does this policy first come into being?
Oh, immediately. Yeah. As of now.
Really? So soon?
Better safe than sorry.
I'll see you to the door, Mr. Pools.
Oh, thank you. Good day.
So long, old chap.
What are you doing down there?
Well, I was on my knees giving thanks for having such a wonderful little wife.
You old softy, yes. You. Oh, darling, do you realise just 1 month ago today you took me as your bride?
Yes, my darling. 31 perfect days. Oh, I'm so relieved now that I know you're going to be looked after in case anything happens to me, my love.
Oh, that's what I love about you, Roger, darling. You're so thoughtful. You sit down, dearest, and I'll go and get us a little drinkies.
Yes, my love. Bless you.
Just lie back and relax, darling.
Thank you,
I won't be long.
Stop! Oh, darling. Framed in the doorway, you look just as beautiful as the first time I met you, my love.
Roger.
Close the door, darling. Mustn't have you catching a cold.
Here we are, dearest.
Oh, darling, no nuts.
Oh, sorry. I'll go and get some.
That's the second time I've caught that blasted fish.
My poor darling, come and sit down. Here, this'll make you feel better. I've been saving this for a special occasion. Some of my homemade rhubarb wine.
Oh, darling.
Oh, Roger. Oh, I know I shouldn't.
What?
Well, I know it sounds cruel, but do you realise if your first wife hadn't fallen off Beachy Head during your honeymoon, we wouldn't be sitting here together now. To us, darling.
Thank you, darling. The same applies to your Harry, doesn't it? Froze to death, didn't he?
Yes, that's right.
In Morocco.
Yes, he must have tripped and fallen into the deep freeze by accident.
Yes, dreadful thing, dreadful. Oh, now look what I've done.
I'll get you some more.
What did you say this was?
Rhubarb wine, sweetheart.
Yes, well, it's going through the table like a dose of salt.
Oh, perhaps I let it get too old.
Well, it's not too old to smoke. Darling, on second thoughts, I don't think I'll have a drink, my love. You have one on your own, right?
Oh, no, I don't think I will.
Darling, I know it's not our anniversary, but just to commemorate the month we've been together, I've brought you a little present.
Oh, darling, how lovely. What is it?
Well, it's a course in skydiving.
Skydiving?
Yes, you know, delayed parachute jumping. Of course, we can be together.
You mean you're taking the same course, then?
No, actually parachute packing.
As a matter of fact, darling, I've got a little prezi for you, too.
Oh, how marvellous.
To add to your collection.
Oh, my darling, how marvellous. Oh, I say, a pair of dueling pistols, aren't they?
Yes.
Gorgeous. Sort of his and hers, what? They're beautifully made, aren't they?
Oh, I don't know, darling. I wouldn't really know.
Hey, hang on, darling. Can't be too careful with weapons, you know.
Oh, don't worry, darling. Even if it were loaded, I mean, I wouldn't know how to fire it.
Oh, you just pull that little thing there, darling.
Say, darling, I'm terribly sorry, darling.
It's all right. I mean,
terribly sorry.
We very nearly had a very nasty accident there, you know. You know, I'm going right off the idea of this policy thing, darling.
So am I.
I mean, we're becoming accident-prone, aren't we? I mean, if anything should happen to us, people will get awfully suspicious.
Yes, I hadn't thought of that.
Yes. I say, what about going back to the solicitor's office and cancelling the whole thing? What do you say?
Oh, yes, darling. We mustn't ever let money come between us.
Darling, now you go and put the kettle on, and we'll have a lovely cup of tea.
All right, darling. And while I'm doing that, you be getting the car out.
Yes, all right.
Lady Crowborough is petitioning for divorce on the grounds of mental cruelty and infidelity.
That is so, my lord.
Whilst Lord Crowborough cross-petitions quoting the same ground.
That is correct, my lord.
Very well, Mr. Folliot, you may proceed.
Thank you, my lord. I intend to call as my first witness Lord Crowborough's butler.
Oh, I hope this is not going to be a case of what the butler saw.
Oh, very droll, my lord. Very droll.
That's amusing.
Call the first witness. Call James Maynard Kitchener-Lampwick.
Call James Maynard Kitchener-Lampwick.
Oh, good morning, you lordship. Lordship. Don't worry, we'll soon fix the old bag. So I knew you'd wind up here. I knew it the minute I laid eyes on her.
Will you kindly enter the witness box?
Well, things haven't been the same at the manor since she arrived. Got horrible little beady eyes.
You must stop making these improper remarks.
I beg your pardon, my lord, but they're very close together. I don't know whether you've noticed it. You can't trust a woman like that with eyes like that. They're very shifty, you know. Yeah.
Mr. Folliot, will you endeavour to control your witness?
I shall do my best, my lord. Take the book in your right hand.
Yes, could you balance it on the end of that? I swear that the evidence that I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Mr. Folliot, Why does the witness appear to be wearing a vase on his hand?
Well, I can explain that to your lordship. It's on account of her treachery. You see, she hides the keys of the wine cellar in all sorts of different places. And this morning I found them in the bottom of this vase.
Well, I find it very disconcerting. Can't you get it off?
No, Lord, it's stuck.
Usher, perhaps you can be of assistance.
All right, then. Let me have it.
Right. Thank you very much, my lord.
Is your name James Maynard Kitchener-Lampwick?
It is.
And are you employed as butler to Lord Crowborough?
Yes, as I was to his father before him.
Yes. Now, from your long service in the household, how would you describe his lordship as a husband?
Well, I don't know. I've never been married to him.
No, what I mean is, would you describe him as a man loyal and faithful to his wife?
No, I wouldn't. I'd describe him as a saucy old knicker gripper.
A what?
A saucy old knicker gripper. As many's the time I've seen him give a chambermaid 40-yard start down the long picture gallery. And none of them ever made it beyond the Rembrandt.
Mr. Folliot, I understood that this witness was appearing for your client.
So did I, my lord.
Mind you, he knew how to look after his tenants, I will say that for him, yes. He looked after them like a father. In fact, he was a father to most of them.
I find this incredible.
Yes, and all done on a pony and trap. If he'd had a motorbike, there wouldn't have been a council house available for 40 miles around.
Are you telling me that your employer, Lord Crowborough, is a man capable of such appalling conduct?
No, I'm talking about his old dad. Compared to him, he couldn't raise a gallop.
So you see, my lord, this is a clear case of mistaken identity.
Yes, so far, Mr. Folliot, nothing in this case is clear.
Oh, I beg your lordship's pardon. Now, Mr. Lampwick, please try to concentrate.
Yes, sir.
Lady Crowborough alleges that his lordship has been guilty of immoral behaviour.
Bloody sore. What does she know about your private life, me lord?
Not me, you don't. That one.
Mr. Lampwick, I intend to ask you one straightforward question. Now, please remember, you are on oath.
You can rely on my veracity, sir.
Very well. Yes. Now, have you, at any time, ever seen Lord Crowborough in bed with any lady other than his wife?
Yes, sir. Dozens of times.
There you are, my lord. What?
What's more, with nothing on.
Who was this lady?
His mum. Yes, he was 6 months old at the time. He was a bonny little fellow, he was.
Mr. Folliot, do you think there's the slightest possibility of extracting any relevant information from this witness?
With regret, no, my lord.
Mr. Pringle, do you wish to cross-examine?
Yes, my lord. Mr. Lampwick.
Yes.
Lord Crowborough alleges that during his absence on business on June the 14th last, his wife entertained one Charles Pritchard, described as a male hairdresser, in her room overnight.
I'm sorry to say, but his lordship is mistaken.
Then this allegation is entirely false.
Oh, yes, sir, because my room is directly above her ladyship and I could hear her snoring her head off all night long.
May it please your lordship to notice that statement, which comes from a hostile witness.
Yes, interesting, Mr. Pringle, but hardly conclusive.
But I know he wasn't in her room.
How can you be sure?
Because after what he was up to with her ladyship in the haystack all the afternoon, he didn't have the strength to climb the stairs.
Any further questions, Mr. Pringle?
No, my lord.
Very well, Mr. Lampwick, you may stand down.
Yes, well, may I say, me lord, that his lordship is a gentleman beyond reproach.
Yes, I understand.
Yes, he wouldn't do anything to blot his escutcheon.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Lampwick.
Mind you, if his other wife and kids up on the Isle of Man ever found out, she'd have a go at divorcing him and all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that's our little look at marriage. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, we'll be here the same time next week. Good night. God bless.